It's between Mike Sommerfeld and the surprise of the show by far, Logan Franklin. And so we're going to talk about them in a minute, but this is the battle for third. And so we have Wesley Vissers, Michael DeBull, Matthew Grego, and the Asian guy. I don't know his name. I don't know his name, so sue me. It took me 3 minutes to find out Michael DeBull's name.
Jihoon Bang.
Jihoon Bang. And so what we know is that the two in the center are being compared for third place. And so it's Michael DeBull versus Matthew Grego, and Wesley Vissers versus Jihoon Bang. Is it close? Jihoon Bang, who's got a freaking banging physique. And so immediately, here's the problem. Wesley Vissers is off. He doesn't have the conditioning, and he doesn't have the flaring quad. This is a different Wesley Vissers than last year. And so what really made Wesley Vissers stand out last year was he brought in the conditioning. And so front double biceps, I'm really liking Matt Grego. He has the small waist, the crazy quads, and he brings in the conditioning. Michael DeBull also possessing the same strengths, while Wesley Vissers lacking the conditioning and Jihoon Bang just not carrying the sufficient size. And so side chest, and so even before getting into this pose, you see Michael DeBull, he's flexing the glutes, saying, look at my striation. Wesley Vissers, on this pose, you actually can see glute striations, and so it's not that he's that far off, it's that his standards are so far up here that if he comes in even 0.5% off, then he looks off. Now, in this side chest pose, he doesn't have the hamstring size nor the quad size, and so in this pose, I'm giving him last. Michael DeBull, just absolutely shredded. Looks amazing. Matt Grego holding his own. He perhaps is better quads than Michael DeBull, but Michael DeBull has more shreds in the upper body. And back double bicep. Now notice they're all trying to show their Christmas tree. And so Wesley Vissers has some striations, but I'm telling you that suit is a little small. Bro, leave some of it to the imagination. Michael DeBull has ridiculously looking shredded quads, amazing hamstring, and a very big back. Matt Grego has just as much size in the quads, perhaps even better hamstrings, and he does have a smaller waist. And to the left, look at the freaking trapezius muscle on this guy. Two massive lumps on the back of his body and strided glutes, but he doesn't have the size of these other competitors, and so I'm giving him 6th place. Now, Wesley Vissers in this back double bicep, it's ridiculous. I do believe he in fact has the best back on this stage, and if it were not for having slightly smaller hamstrings, I do believe he would dominate this competition. And so in this pose, I'm still giving it to Wesley, despite the fact he has smaller hamstring. And so when you compare backs of Matt Grego to Michael DeBull, Matthew Grego has the better V shape. That's giving him an advantage. And so if I have to separate it, although it's close, I'm giving it to Matt Grego in 2nd place. Next up, thigh and abdominals. And in this pose, I am in favor of giving it to Michael DeBull. Overall best quads, very small waist, and sharp abdominals while carrying an amazing size in his bicep. Wesley Vissers, he has shreds in his quads, although they are a little bit smaller, and a tiny waist, but he's not quite as sharp as I would like to see him. And Jihoon Bang, wow, bang, look at those abs, the intercostals, the obliques, the abdominals, etched in stone, clearly the best six-pack. And with the best pose, I do believe Wesley Vissers should be pulling off a twisting rear double bicep, a la Sam Sulek. He's choosing to do the bicep pose to the front. I don't think that's his best pose. I think he would stand out more copying Michael DeBull. And so Michael DeBull in this pose, I'm really liking it. And I do believe that Matthew Grego is beating the Asian guy, cannot pronounce his name, the Bang guy. I do believe that he's simply being outclassed and will get 6th place. And so Wesley Vissers, I have him in 5th position, and overall Matt Grego in 3rd with Michael DeBull in 4th. And here it is, Logan and Mike for all the marbles. Who would have thunk it? Logan did. I'm telling you, when I saw Logan post his update video, I literally shared it on my stories. I was thinking, I can't believe that this is how this guy looked. And so I immediately thought, he's going to be in the mix. Previously, I predicted he'll have a hard time to get into the top 5, but I have never seen him this shredded. And so, guys, if you want to learn something, learn this. You got to bring the shred. Last year's champion, Wesley Vissers, he brought the shreds and he won first place this year. Logan Franklin, does he actually have a chance at winning and being the spoiler? And so, standing relax, here's what I'm seeing. It's game over. Mike Sommerfeld has already won this competition. I know you're thinking, well, what do you mean? They haven't even hit a pose. The judges mostly judge a competition by the standing relax pose. What I see is ridiculous looking quads. I mean, look at this pose. He's just standing there. He has vastus medialis, the teardrop muscle is huge. He has the X-frame. He has the sartorius. The legs are popping. It's crazy. He also has a minuscule waist. It's very small and barn door wide shoulders. And so unless he's lacking in conditioning, it's his show to lose. Logan Franklin, he's brought the best package that he can bring, and he is in fact taller than Mike Sommerfeld, and so he does have that advantage. Front double bicep, let's look from the ground up. Mike Sommerfeld has better calves. He has way better quads, a smaller waist, and wider shoulder. They both have about the same level of development in the bicep, while Mike Sommerfeld has wider lats. And so how can Logan win? Mike is better in almost every single body part. And side chest, the definition that Logan brings is remarkable. It's incredible. The detail in the calves, the glute, the cut in the hamstring, the thickness of the quad. He's looking absolutely amazing. Mike Sommerfeld, a little bit shorter, but he has even bigger quads than Logan Franklin. Not only that, a slightly fuller chest, and he does just appear to be thicker. And so remember, this is the guy that last year had one judge vote him as being a favorite in front of Chris Bumstead. And so considering that Mike looks just as good as he did last year, I can't see Logan Franklin beating him in this pose. As lean as Logan is, Mike is not that far off. Look at the depth of the conditioning of both of these guys' glutes. And so in this rear double bicep pose, Mike Sommerfeld, he shows off the glutes and then he suddenly relaxes them. And so he's not properly displaying the conditioning to the best of his ability. But regardless of that, I want you to gaze your attention to Mike Sommerfeld's back. Look at how small his waist is and how much muscle goes to the sides in his lat. Have you ever seen that much width? He looks like he's literally Keon Pearson posing from the rear. This makes no sense. It's not even fair. It's not even close. And so Logan Franklin, he's doing his best. If he happens to get a paper cut, it could be the end of him. This is incredible. And look at the peak of the bicep. Logan Franklin, the peak, it's just unreal. But Mike Sommerfeld has way too much mass and he goes on for days. It's as if he has two backs put into one. Is this Ronnie Coleman, but shorter? And so I'm sorry, but he's simply not beating Mike Sommerfeld. As good as Logan is, it's not enough to defeat Mike. And Logan, between poses, showing off the obliques, absolutely incredible. Bro has done his homework. I am almost certain, but I'm willing to bet that he did not consume cereal nor Gatorade during this prep. And thigh and abdominals, I mean, both of these guys look tremendous. They both have amazing quads, amazing abdominals, but Mike Sommerfeld's legs are just bigger, better, just as conditioned. And so I can't give this pose to Logan. What an excellent pose, the rear back double bicep from Logan. I've never seen Logan look anything like this. He's certainly brought the conditioning, and so even if he doesn't win this competition, in my book, he's won. I don't believe that Logan would have went into this thinking, oh, I'm going to beat Mike Sommerfeld, but for him to place a respectable and solid second, that is a victory. They're switching sides to give the judges an equal chance to view each man from the same distance as when you're closer to a competitor, they appear to be larger. This is especially true with 5 or 6 competitors on stage. The closer you are, the bigger they look. And so you can essentially out-angle somebody by being closer to that judge. And so by flipping them around, you make it fair for everyone. And so Mike dominating with the legs. It's all about the legs here. The small waist, the wide shoulders, but it's really the legs. They're tremendously large. It's almost like he's in the wrong weight class. Is Logan in classic physique light and Mike Sommerfeld in the open? Side chest, Mike is just too thick here. He's beating Logan due to his size. Rear double bicep. Look at the glutes on Mike. The shreds, the striations on Logan. Incredible. But Mike's back is just too big. It's too wide. It's not even close. Logan hits the thigh and abdominal. Great abdominals, the obliques. Mike Sommerfeld just as good. And look at him push down, quad stomp. Wow, what amazing legs. And Mike just standing there, the legs, it's just, look at this pose. The arm over the head, the small waist, and Logan with the twisting back double bicep. Both of the striations on Logan, are you seeing what I'm seeing? The triceps, look at the obliques, the muscular. I want it, please give me the trophy. Punches home the air. Thank you, and I respect you, my opponent. What an amazing battle. Logan Franklin brings it. Mike Sommerfeld dominates the competition, and will he ever lose? The way he looks like this, it's possible that he may one day surpass even Sebum as a 7-time Mr. Olympia champion. He's so dominant that unless something happens, unless they change the weight categories, unless he decides to go in open, is anyone going to beat him? I mean, it looks like he's competing against men in the wrong weight class. He has so much muscle for his height. It's as if, how did he even make that weight class? I do believe because his waist is so small that allows him to have that much more muscle in his lower half. And so has Logan Franklin been using Turk Builder Max in secret? What has he done? Did he get Cookbook 3.1? Bro brought the conditioning. And so we don't know if he's been on Turk Builder Max or Geo2 Max. Now remember, if you're hesitant, you think, well, maybe it won't work for me, there's literally a money back guarantee. That plus a $20 gift card. And so you're thinking, I don't know if it works. I'm not sure if I put my faith in Coach Greg. It's been third-party testing now 3 times, and every time greatly exceeding what's on label claim. And so other companies, I don't want to mention any names. Of course I do. Gorilla Mind. They had 0.3 some odd terkestrone in their bottle. And so in each pill of this, look at this. Each pill has more terkestrone than an entire bottle of Turkplex. One pill, more terkestrone than a whole bottle of Turkplex. And so if you want to see what everyone has been raving about, get to the website, code Greg, 15% off. Until next time, I'm out. And until next time, I am out.